Hi everyone, Diana Rankin and Daisy are here with your weekly messages and perhaps a psychic prediction or two. This is for the week of June 17th to the 23rd. You know, the whole world has not gone mad, but the whole world right now is going through a lot. And a lot of that's being caused by the American president. We're going to get through this. It's not going to be the easiest summer. This is going to be another week of lies and hurtful and inhumanity, and it's not going to be an easy week to get through. Nor was last week, but we get through it. How do we get through it? Because we add love to the world, and that adds a lot of love to our own lives. So, you know, 2 years ago, a few days before Daisy's asking for some love here, was the anniversary, the 2-year anniversary of the Pulse Knighthood Massacre, where a man walked in and killed. We have too much of this in the U.S., where people are walking in churches and schools and concerts and movie theaters, and because they're unhappy, they think it's all right to take out innocent lives. And on my Facebook page, I wrote a piece about how we need to move into a place of love. And one of the comments came back and she said, "I've had enough kumbaya. That's not changing anything." And I want to say to you, yes, it does. Love is the only way we're going to change this. And what am I talking about when I talk about love? Am I talking about that romantic thing that, again, Americans made up, and the romance of meeting and falling in love? Oh, that's lovely. That's beautiful. I love it. It's what stories are written about. It's what movies are made of. But that's not the love I'm talking about. That's about this deep. I'm talking about love that goes all the way to our death. I'm talking about the kumbaya that goes deeper than you can even imagine. I'm talking about every act of kindness, every single thought we have. I'm talking about true, deep compassion, love. That is the only way we are going to change this, because those acts of love, and I'm just looking over, Daisy just took off. She went to meet our little wild kitty, Joey, who doesn't want anything to do with her. Our other kitties love her, but not this little wild one. But anyway, I divert. This is going to be, and you've heard me say this before, this is not going to be the easiest summer for our world to get through. This is not going to be the easiest year for our world to get through, but we are going to get it through, because we are going to concentrate on those acts of love that we give to one another. You know, it's not easy. When I walk into a store, and as many of you know, I haven't felt great. I had pneumonia a few weeks ago, and although I'm still getting my energy back and I'm feeling pretty good, going out in public is sometimes hard for me. I love people. But sometimes when I'm out, I find myself perhaps being a bit rude. And it's always going to get mirrored back at me when I'm rude to somebody else. So let me give you an example. I was picking up a potted plant and some potting dirt, and I was at one of the big stores doing that. And I had these 2 items, but I had a cart. And this man cut in front of me, actually hit my cart, didn't say excuse me, kind of pushed me back, because he wanted to get to the cashier ahead of me, because he only had 1 object and I had 2. So we got to the cashier, and I pushed the cart close to him. It wasn't touching, but I was a little put off. And instead of being kind and blessing him, I kind of pushed the cart close to him. So the cashier thought we were together, and she said, "Is this together?" And I looked at her, and I looked at him, and I said, "I don't know him." That wasn't very kind. That wasn't very nice. Instead of just saying, "No, we're separate. I don't know him." All right. I'm not going to beat up on myself for doing that, but I am going to remind myself, we know how to be kind. Let's do it. Who knows what he was going through? Who knows what his life was like? I didn't have to be snotty, and I was snotty. So when he left, I found myself finding a blessing for him. And I did apologize to the cashier because she was caught in the middle of it. And she said, "I'm sorry, I never should have assumed." And I said, "You had a right to. I was standing awfully close to him." So I apologized. And she and I had a wonderful conversation after that. And there was nobody else in line, so we could do that. And I thought, that was a lovely, pleasant conversation. And had that man not cut me off, I probably wouldn't have had that pleasant conversation with the cashier. Would have just been, take care of things and get out of here. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying, first of all, catch ourselves when we add anger or unkindness to the world, number one. Number two, really stop and think about what our blessings are. I got to have a lovely conversation with a lovely young woman, and hopefully made her day a little better. And certainly it made my day better. Let's add as much acts of kindness, of compassion, of love to our world as we can. Let's catch ourselves when we're not doing our best. I remind you, we are a spiritual being having a human experience. And the more we can bring that spiritual part of ourselves into our human lives, let's be the angels here on our planet. We may not be able to, we may at times feel we're hopeless. We may march, we may contact our Congress, our representatives, our senators. We may contact our in whatever country, our leaders. We can certainly say prayers for them. But we may still feel helpless. We may still feel we're not making a difference. But where we can make a difference is in our everyday lives. Believe me, the world needs each and every one of us to do so, more than ever. Let's see what Philip has to say. Philip is my spirit guide. And this is an oracle book. Each page has a different wisdom on it, so we just flip through to get it. And I want to first of all say thank you, each and every one of you, for your very kind comments that you make below. I am so grateful for those of you who schedule for private readings. I am very grateful for you as well if you care to schedule for a private session. The information is right below. Just go to my website and give me a call and we'll set you up. We'll get you scheduled. Or if you prefer, email me and we'll get you scheduled. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for telling your friends. Thank you for all the love and kindness you add to the world. Let's see what Philip has to say. And yes, by the way, this book is available, as are my other books, on Amazon.com. And I am, within the next month, I hope to see the latest book out, which is called Joy, The Art of Creating a Happy Life. Joy, The Art of Creating a Happy Life. So hopefully, that I believe that's supposed to come out in July. Fingers crossed. So here we go. Are we going to think left page or right page? And let's just flip through and see where we're asked to stop. And there we go. I'm hearing right page, but I'm going to read left page too because I think it's very important. In fact, I'm going to start with the left page, even though the right page is our message, because I think the left page is important. That which you teach teaches you. That which you teach teaches you. And I just have to say that is so true. Because for years I've been teaching how to increase your intuitive abilities, and I've been teaching how to find your soul's mission and live your greatest life. And whether it's a private coaching, or it's one of my workshops, or even if I'm working with people in a group in the medical field, or a group in law enforcement, or a group in business, I may use a bit different language, but I'm certainly showing and teaching and providing processes of how to make our lives better, which makes the world better. But here's our message from Philip. If you project today's events on tomorrow, you leave no room for your growth between now and then. This is an important message for all of us, personally, and for our country, the U.S., for those of you who live in other countries. And by the way, before I forget, I do, on behalf of the U.S. administration, who was very rude to the Prime Minister of Canada, for those of us Americans who do believe in civility and respect and love our Canadian neighbors, we offer our apology. Our president is just rude. He doesn't understand the word civility, and I don't believe he respects himself, so he can't respect anyone else. Please know, the rest of us aren't like that. We do believe in civility. There are Americans who don't, and unfortunately, more and more of them are coming out of the woodwork. There are those of us who are countering it, and we thank each and every one of you for helping us. So let me read our message again. If you project today's events on tomorrow, you leave no room for growth between now and then. Oh, my friends, whatever is going on in your life right now, today, it doesn't have to be there tomorrow. It may take some time to change it, just as it's going to take some time to change what's going on in our world. And a beautiful little wren just sang a song for us. I believe it was a wren. Allow your lives to be filled with love. That's not to say we don't take action. Remember, the spirits, the angels of love work through us, work through our humanness. So yes, we must be love in action. We must be the ones who rescue the stray pets and the stray people. We must be the ones who speak out against the horrific offense, the horrible, inhumane treatment that refugees are getting by having their children separated from their parents along our borders. We must speak out against that, and we must take action in love. Thank you for being with Daisy and me today. Thank you for all the love that you add to the world. Hang in there. More surprises that aren't surprises at all are going to come out this week. We'll get through it. We love you. Daisy loves you. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for every act of kindness you add to our world this week. Thank you for letting us love you and for accepting our love. Until next week, Daisy wants some attention here. Bye for now.